Downing's office.
Yes, is Ben in?
This is Ben.
Hi, Ben. This is Kevin Mulvey. How are you?
Hey, Kevin. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there, Ben. Cold enough for you?
Yeah. Beyond cold enough for me.
Yeah, it's been brutal, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, have you had a chance to find out any more on this?
We've done some research.
Yeah.
I'm still checking into a lot of what you put in before me.
Yeah, and it's huge. I'm well aware of it. You know, is there? You know, I mean, I know. I'm sure that you're not necessarily comfortable, as most people aren't speaking on telephones any longer. But do you want to have another? Is there something worthy of getting together for another private meeting?
Not as of yet, but if there is, I'll certainly reach out. I'm continuing to try and figure out where we go with it.
Okay, is there actually a committee that handles this? I did look up online to see if there's anything there, and it's kind of odd, you know what I mean? I see a House Oversight Committee with David Linsky. I see a Senate in which you happen to be on.
Yep, post-audit and oversight.
Right.
Which right now we're looking into, problems with the unemployment insurance system and actually the flood insurance system. So it's been a lot of insurance research so far.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Additional, we've got a huge problem with the MPIUA. Maybe you can help us on that too. They gamed us. As well, it's part of the fraud that goes on within the government, of course, unfortunately. And what they did was they put us into this situation where the property became uninsurable except through the MPIUA, which of course you've got Francis Bellotti that goes back, many years, through his insurance company that he's the chairman of, and I have actual proof of them actually going in and looking up Rene Dupuis prior to sending out a reevaluator to reevaluate the property and claim that the property could the stone, which is 3 foot thick on this 200-year-old place, could burn, kind of like Stonehenge. And the replacement cost would be in this astronomical sum, and they gamed the insurance on that. But it goes back to, again, somebody in MPIUA having known Rene Dupuis, and Rene Dupuis was the assistant under Martha Coakley, who was the head of the criminal bureau there before being given a judge job. And that's another area that we need to deal with as well. I've got the IP address, and this could be easily sniffed right out as to who it was that was doing the research before they were going to game us.
Always more information.
I know. Each thing is another thing. We've also got to deal with the property insurance. We're being gamed, unfortunately, on every single level at state and federal levels. You have to realize,
right.
We've had a horrible, horrible time here due to my nephew being used as a hitman. It's a bad story.
Right.
And I know, it's a lot of information, but that is a fact, and I can back that all up, and it's all recorded, it's all stored, it's all provable.
Well, if I can figure out where to go or where to go next, I will make sure to reach out, Kevin.
All right. Well, in the meantime, Ben, we're victimized. Mm-hmm. What do we do? I don't want to wait forever. I think it's 5 weeks already, and I don't want to throw everything at you in the kitchen sink too. But that's the way it is.
Nope, I completely understand that, and right. I can tell you I can try and figure out where to go with it all, but I don't have an answer to that question right now.
Okay. Does the chairman have anything? I mean, not that makes any difference. You're the chairman on the Ways and Means, or you were.
You're not any longer.
No, okay.
Just a member. I wish I was chairman of Ways and Means. I could affect a lot more than that.
I'm sure.
I need to grab another call coming in, Kevin. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Ben. You'll call then? Would be to file in the courts a criminal complaint with her. And again, you got the courts to deal with, which, come on, we all know that everybody gets a job through up and down the line. I mean, it's look at the probation situation right now. Everybody, sponsored somebody to get in there.
Yeah, and the thing with the Attorney General, as you know, she's going to be leaving office in the next 10 months anyway. So.
Which means nothing. I want to make sure that the only office that she runs for is another border. Because she's a part of the biggest part of the problem.
Yeah.
She's not the only part of the problem, far from it, but,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you certainly don't want her in any position of power when it's somebody who is, allowed to make decisions like this. You don't.
I'm sad to say I'm not sure where to turn.
Well, do you think that does it leave us? I mean, from your own personal opinion, Bob and I thought you were just terrific, and we still do, and certainly would certainly back you in any way. I mean, but your own personal opinion, do you think that the route to go? I mean, going through the district attorney here, of course, there's only 11 district attorneys, and of course, they're basically under Martha, which Martha used to be a part of the district attorneys coming out of Middlesex. I don't know if this district attorney could be of any help whatsoever to you.
I don't know, but I mean, if there's issues that you're concerned about locally, that would be his role. I just don't know how far up the food chain he'd want to go.
Right.
He's in I hate to say, a little bit of a lull since that first murder trial, but he's still got 2 more to try.
Yeah, I know that. I'm aware of that case where the Hells Angels and the Pittsfield murders. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
But whether he would appoint someone to meet with you or to look into that, maybe it's worth a phone call to him to.
As well.
He's elected like I am. I mean,
yeah.
I've told Carrie, I'm willing to meet with anybody. They're a constituent.
Right.
I may agree with them on the issue, but we'll give them the time of day.
I've found you to be the most honorable of, and I've met with congressmen, U.S. Congress too, but I mean, in other states, of course. But I found you to probably be one of the finest that we've come across.
You're very nice, but I would call Capeless and see if you have a situation that you're concerned about, and would love to meet with him.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone. Hi, Robert and Kevin. This is Ben down here.
Hi, Ben. It's Kevin. How are you, Ben?
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Okay. I was wondering if you talked to Bill Powers, according to Bill, a few weeks ago.
Bill Powers?
Yeah. Richard Neal's lawyer?
Yes.
Counsel. Okay.
Yes.
I thought you guys probably knew each other. You never worked together?
Oh, no, we have. I was thinking of another Powers here in town and was a little bit confused.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Ben?
I'm fine. I apologize. I had hoped I could call back with some information or some where to focus. I have the 2 areas that I thought would be fruitful at all were the Committee on Post-Audit and Oversight that would have jurisdiction. And while I'm a member of the committee, I don't determine the committee's investigations, and the chair did not want to investigate.
Okay. Who is that? Cynthia Cram?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so she chose not to investigate.
Right.
Okay.
And the other ones were trying to call people who I thought might at least be sympathetic in the Attorney General's office and saying, could you have concerns here or not, and simply ran into stone walls everywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can't even find a federal judge to take on the probation case.
Right.
It's pretty obviously a total collapse to our systems altogether. At any rate, Bob and I will I guess we have no choice except for to move forward into, even though the courts are all gamed and pretty well collapsed, at least bring it into the courts and bring it into mainstream media and maybe an Article 5 and a time for a total overhaul to the entire governmental structure. What do you think?
All I can tell you is that I don't know where I could go next.
Right, exactly. You're being stopped by the one who is to be our oversight for us, for we the people. You can't go any further than that, right? They're the ones making the law. They're making law.
Well, if I think of something else, I'll make sure to let you know.
Terrific, Ben.
But I wish I had some.
I'm sure.
I wish I had other news.
I'm sure. Listen, thank you very much for your time and your attention on trying to get us some kind of help here. And we certainly understand the dimension of it, as I'm sure you do.
Yep. Have a nice day, Kevin.
You too. Thanks,
Bye
man. Bye-bye.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible.